What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha, and another Aha demo. And the ones we're going through on the Lifelines Deluxe Edition, Lifelines originally 2002, the Deluxe Edition 2019, are partially or entirely unreleased. And the next one in the list is Soul Survivor. So it's a phrase you often hear related to disasters, of course, and there's an element of it that is unexpected, meaning if there's many casualties and a sole survivor, it immediately begs the question of how did that person survive when other people perished? And of course we could be in the realm of metaphorical meaning here, suggesting that we might not actually be talking about a group of or a mass of people dying, but perhaps those who did not make it through a particular life challenge unscathed, or those who came and went in someone's life and then one person was able to hold on and persist. So I feel like there could be, again, some metaphor, some figurative meaning at play here. But yes, when you hear about, let's say, a train crash and there were many casualties and a sole survivor, it immediately raises the issue or the question of chance, or whether there was some particular reason, logical, empirical, why that one person survived when others didn't. So given that, I would expect us to be in the realm of metaphorical meaning. I wonder if we're talking a sole emotional survivor, someone who was able to carry on whereas others were derailed or otherwise stopped in their tracks because of some event or some destructive force. Now, of course, it could be a narrative in which there's one survivor literally among others who didn't survive, and it's about their own life trajectory after that, or their emotional impact given what happened. But if I had to guess, I would say it's more likely we're in the realm of figurative understanding. I'll see what I can catch on the first listen. This is a demo by Aha from the deluxe edition of Lifelines, and it's called Soul Survivor.
I'm the soul survivor, standing here alone. No one here beside me, and whether I care or not, that's not the point. And whether I care or not, that's not the point. I'm the only witness to have seen the truth. I could run and tell now, but whether I do or not, that's not the point. Whether I do or not, that's not the point. Soul survivor. Soul survivor. Bothers me, bothers me, bothers me. Soul survivor. Soul survivor. If I do or I don't, if I will or I won't, I just wanna make things appear. If I do or I don't, if I will or I won't, I just wanna make things appear. I'm the soul survivor. standing here alone. No one here beside me, and whether I care or not, that's not the point. Whether I care or not, that's not the point. Whether I care or not, that's not the point. Soul survivor. Soul survivor. Bothers me. Soul survivor. Soul survivor.
Like that ending. Wow, okay, so sonically, it feels like they're very much in their Beatles bag here. Now, maybe not all parts equally, but when there's multiple members are singing and they're sort of overlapping each other, and something about the slower rhythm of the tune, it just feels like it's a song that if you put in a couple different voices and took it back 30 or so years, it's a song that could have been a Beatles tune. I would say also, like, Morton's lead vocal has a lot of richness to it, but I felt like that the rhythm of the lines in the chorus, like, whether I care or not, that's not the point. Whether I do or not, that's not the point. I don't know, like, it felt like it could have hit a little differently, which is not a problem, or it's not a problem at all, but it's not a result of his, melodic delivery. It's just more like the writing of that melodic phrase. I felt like there could have been just like one note different, or maybe the second half of it like could have had a slightly different rhythm as it unfolded, and maybe it would have like hit my brain better on a first listen. Admittedly, as the tune played out, it felt more natural, but the first time around with the like whether I care or not, that's not the point. It just felt like there was like one note missing, or maybe one note too many. I'm not sure how to describe it. But I do enjoy the verses. There was no thought of that dynamic or feeling in the verses. But yeah, so like lyrically, I'm really not sure what's happening. It sounds like, he's not concerned so much with what happens after, whether it's about him caring or whether it's about what he's going to do in the wake of this recognition. It's almost like testifying that he's the sole survivor is indeed the point. And maybe that's about acknowledgement, maybe that's about, clarification or personal understanding, but he does seem to be disappointed or confused by a certain aspect of it, and he's having to articulate this maybe to try to come to some better situation in terms of his appreciation, understanding, or otherwise interaction with what's happening. So yeah, it's weird the way he refers to his own feelings and potential actions as being beside the point. It's really seemingly more about him being this sole survivor, which I feel like it is metaphorical, and yet I don't really have any tangible evidence to point to in that regard. So yeah, curious to hear what people have to say about the themes and the lyrics. And yeah, again, I don't think it's necessarily a bad tune at all. I do think it sounds like something that's still in the works. It sounds more like a demo than a fully finished and, rich and dynamic album track. But it feels like something that if they kept working on, and again, at least for me personally, if they tweaked the melody of the chorus a little bit, like maybe it could very much be that. It could be a tune that worked in the larger flow of the album and, would be well regarded in that way. And again, maybe I'll be, shown here that, I'm kind of off on my own island. Maybe people will feel like, that could have been on the album. That would have been a tune well worthy of inclusion. But yeah, in the moment and the way it hit me, at least in particular with that line of melody in the chorus, it feels like, okay, like keep working at it. Again, you got your Beatles vibe going on. I like the way there's multiple voices at some different points. I like the rhythm or tempo of the tune. It has a sweep to it, but it just feels like there's a little more work to be done. At least that's the way it hit me. So, yeah, curious to hear what people have to say. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.